I'm really glad to see all of you on our crypto channel. And today we hold some meetings with Zamio representatives is Ayman. Hello, Ayman. How are you today? How's your mood and what's new?
I'm doing great. It's just the weather here is way too cold, so probably we need to be somewhere warmer. But thanks for having me, guys. I'm Ayman Sayed, co-founder of Zam Chief Business Officer. Very happy to tell you all about Zam all the very interesting updates that we have. We have quite a lot for this year in our pockets that we want to share with the community. Take our project to the next level. So, without let's get this going.
Yeah, that's great. Let me introduce my partner. It's Dmitry, our main head of analysts, and he always helped me to do some podcasts. And today we prepared some questions for you as a co-founder of Zamio, and it would be great if you reply us and comment some statements and etc. So I think we can start. Let's go, Dmitry. You are welcome to start question.
Good. Yeah. So Ayman, you are building something like a system that acts like a bridge between centralized finance and cryptocurrency market. What do you think will be the main feature of Zamio, and how do you even connect something?
So the way we look at it, we're firm believers that blockchain is the future. Blockchain is the future, and finance. Today Web3 is taking over Web2. The same way Web2 took over, the first iteration of the internet. So we believe that blockchain is the future. However, if we need to reach that future, we need to have a bridge between today's centralized economies. So that's, legacy banks, even, centralized exchanges, and the future, which is going to be on DeFi. So, how do we bridge today's economy with the economy of the future? That's built on blockchain. So first of all, we need to onboard people, capital, and new projects. So, in order to be able to onboard people, we need to onboard capital first. Move capital, bridge between the traditional economy and the new economy. So if we're successful in bridging that capital, people move where the money is, then we can, onboard new users, and then we get a step closer. So, where's capital today? Capital today, $95 trillion is in the stock market, in the global stock market. So if we're able to move just 1% of that, that's almost $1 trillion in capitalization that's going to be added to the crypto markets. So who invests in stocks? These are institutional investors who are holding stocks. For them, moving directly into DeFi might be kind of a hard proposal to sell, because they're comfortable with their APYs, they're comfortable with the returns, they're comfortable with the industry that they're living in. That's the old generation investors. So we want to give them a tool where they can stay in the traditional markets, but bit by bit just move into DeFi. So how do we do that? With our product Zmorgan. So Zmorgan is our idea for a stablecoin loans platform that are secured by stocks as collateral. So what does that mean? That means that an investor that's holding stocks, he basically puts his stocks in escrow. Then we pull using an Oracle real-time valuation of these stocks. We issue him, stable coins as a loan, up to with a certain LTV, loan to value ratio. So basically, after he puts in escrow, we pull the information, we give him the loan, he goes into crypto markets, invests in different coins, different tokens, Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP. So he makes money in the crypto market, pays back the loan after 1 year with a certain interest rate on top that has to be paid with our own utility token. So we assume that these investors are competent. So if he's successful in investment in the traditional market, in stock markets, he should be successful in investing in crypto. It's the same technical analysis, the same fundamentals. So he makes money in crypto, pays back the loan in Zam, his stocks are released from escrow. So, this way he basically duplicates his capital. He keeps his stocks that are still growing. He's still receiving dividends, but now he gets access to crypto markets that he can invest and duplicate his capital. So this is our product. This is our idea how we can bridge capital from traditional markets into blockchain markets. So this is for institutionals in the first place, but as the project matures, as that platform matures, as we expand, we're gonna give this tool to retail investors as well. So this is kind of like our unique addition to the industry. There's no one in the world that's doing that right now. We have securities-backed lending in traditional banking, where you can go put your stock, for example, and get a loan for the car. But why not get a loan for to go into crypto?
Yeah. Ayman, if you compare getting a loan on a Zamio platform and compare it with a bank loan, what is the fundamental difference between these two processes? Where is easy to get a loan?
Today in banking, there's a lot of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bureaucracy, paperwork. While that adds certain security features and reduces risks, but at the same time, it impedes accessibility to these loans. Given that the process is very bureaucratic, very long, there's layers and layers of costs, bureaucracies, and so on. So with Zam.io, it's a much more we still haven't developed that Morgan yet. We planned it. Everything is ready. The biggest question here is more or less about regulation. When's the right time to implement such a product? So fundamental difference, what Zed Morgan is basically securities-based lending, backed lending. So the process is much more automatic. So you have your stocks, you have an escrow account, you have an oracle that gives accurate information for the valuation. The whole process is transparent and automatic, and everything is controlled by smart contracts. So there's very little human interference in the process. Obviously, we still do our due diligence with KYC, with onboarding overall, but it's a much more simpler, faster, more efficient process than getting a bank loan. And the idea here is not to get a loan in crypto to go and spend it on a Ferrari, for example. The idea here is to be able to duplicate your capital, to gain access to resources, and move into the future, which is blockchain and crypto.
Yeah.
And what would be the main feature, the main utility of your token, of Zam token?
That's a very good question. We looked at Zam.io. Any token, if it doesn't have very strong utility, it has limited prospect for growth. So the utility of our token has been ever since we started development, we wanted our token to be some sort of a medium of exchange, for all the services that Zam.io presents. So, today you can stake our token, and in the future, for example, right now we have a launchpad coming out. You need to stake our token to get access to the launchpad. You need to stake our token to be able to participate in the DAO governance. We get paid with our token for all the B2B decisions, and the solutions that we make with our partners. So for example, we had one partner who wanted to use our bridge, so he paid us with our token. Access to certain features on the ecosystem, paid in our token. Premium, for example, premium portfolios with our investment portfolios product has to be paid with our token. Interest rate in Zed Morgan, and that's massive. I mean, think about, a small institution, goes in and takes $10 million loan that, he has to pay 3 or 5% in annually in interest rate. He has to pay that in token. So, the mechanics of the token has been designed so that, there's always going to be shortage, there's going to be more demand than supply. Today is, the feature that most people, the utility is staking. So they get staking rewards on our staking platform. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll have the launchpad. So that's access to the launchpad. and hopefully by the end of the quarter, that's access to investment portfolios developed by world-leading VC funds.
Yeah, that's great. If we started speaking about the tokens, I know that you use at least two blockchain in your Zam ecosystem. It's Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. What are the plans for the future, and why have you chosen these certain blockchains for your ecosystem? Commented.
So we started with Ethereum. Ethereum is the most used blockchain in the world. But the biggest issue with Ethereum was basically fees. So any transaction, you're going there and you're paying massive fees. So we looked at other alternatives, and Binance Smart Chain was a great choice. So we want to give our users the option. Some people still prefer the Ethereum network, some people prefer Binance Smart Chain. So we created the bridge for them. At any time they can move on from one network to another. In the future, we're planning to add Solana, we're planning to add Phantom. Those are the two that I can confirm right now that we have plans in the medium term. But why do we want our token to live on multi-chains? And that's one thing with the utility of the token that I didn't mention, that eventually we'd like to use our token as a form of payment as we develop our ecosystem, as more adoption goes in. So in order to achieve that, we do need interoperability. So we need our token to be living on multiple chains where users can move on from one chain to another, so that we can connect basically the crypto world, use our token as a bridge token. So those are kind of our short-term plans. Obviously we want to support as many networks as we can in the near future, but then that's always the question of resources and use cases. The more right now use cases we have, the more we push forward with the development in a certain way. As we grow further, we're gonna have these add multiple networks to support our token.
Great. Do you also have a wallet for like Zam Wallet?
Exactly. So our wallet is Zam Wallet. So it's a universal wallet for CeFi and DeFi. Why is it a universal wallet for CeFi and DeFi? Also back to the issue of options. So some users like to have the keys with them all time. Some people prefer to have us deal with the keys. So we give people options, access to both worlds, and they can seamlessly transition between CeFi and DeFi inside one wallet. Our idea for a wallet should be a universal place where it has the best solutions, tools in the industry under one roof. The problem is the industry when it comes to solutions and products is very fragmented. So we have great projects, great tools, and from different aspects of the industry. But for a regular person, it's very hard to move in from one platform to another platform, connecting multiple wallets. So for a regular person, you'd say this is very hard for me. So because we want adoption, we want to consolidate all of these best tools and services under that one roof, where a person comes in, he has all the needs, all the solutions that he needs right in the palms of his hands. So today our CeFi wallet, the CeFi aspect of our wallet, is powered by Binance. We are an official Binance broker. So you get access. I'm not sure how many tokens we have now, but 8, 9, 10. The number keeps increasing, but we want to add the top 200 tokens to our CeFi, and eventually we want to have this aggregator of all CeFi exchanges inside one wallet, where rather than opening an account on Binance, an account on Coinbase, an account on Kraken, an account on KuCoin, on Gate, and so on. So you just open one account on our Zam Wallet, and you have access to the tokens of all the different exchanges under one in one app. For DeFi, we're going full DeFi solution, our own native solution, with all the features, the whistles and the bells that you have in the best wallets in the world, whether MetaMask. So we want to beat those guys. So have a universal wallet, CeFi, DeFi, all the features, all the whistles and bells, store, send. Basically, this is your hub for all your crypto. we're moving very fast in development. So right now we're in the process of upgrading all of our systems, our team competency, capacity, because we're taking this to the next level. And in order to be able to scale, it's essential to take care of these upgrades at this point, before we add up another 100, 200,000 users. Today we have over 20,000 users for our Zam Wallet and growing every day. As we introduce, new features within this quarter, we expect, the number to increase significantly. It's a very interesting 3 months coming up for Zam Wallet users.
Yeah, sounds really great. You have very wide ecosystem, and I'd like to ask in this case, what about the Meta board and how significant it's for your whole ecosystem? How users can use this instrument for getting their life better?
Meta board is, one thing in the industry that we found is we still have lack of transparency industry-wide, right? Where, projects do not share their audits, they don't share the real-time information about their project, about their token, what's going on in circulation. So Meta board is a solution where, we want to be fully transparent with our users, with our holders, so they can see, everything that's happening on the platform in real time. So we released Meta board as part of our decentralized apps, where you can see everything from TVL, from how many tokens exactly in circulation, how many users, token holders, transaction volume, and so on. So this is the first iteration we have. Obviously, we're expanding information, how much information, that there is on Meta board, and we're going to continue to develop that for the future. The idea here is, the more transparent you are, the more adoption you would get from people, because they see transparency, they see everything clearly, they can they can find out more about the projects, the tokenomics, what's going on. They can make educated decisions. So this is our our addition to bring transparency to the industry.
Yes, and you mentioned your own launchpad. What is it actually? It's like a
launchpad. Well, we were talking that this is a massive ecosystem. So, when people ask us who your competitors are, we can sure mention, a small project, but we're not aiming for that. We're aiming to go through the top 100, be a force in the industry. So we all, I say we're looking for the Binances of the world, and we're looking for, the Nexos and the Crypto.com, and we're not here just to build we're building an entire ecosystem that tailors basically to every segment in the industry, and onboards new people where they come in, they see a rich ecosystem where they have multiple ways to earn, to get access to crypto, to make their lives easier using the technology. So Launchpad is one of those things that will help us expand our ecosystem very quickly. So, for us, this will allow us, to expand our ecosystem by incubating and, helping projects that can be part of our ecosystem in the future for our users. And, at the same time, once you have a Launchpad, you have, more people that have their eyes, because a lot of people want to go and get into exciting projects. So your community grows in significantly as well. Your ecosystem grows, your community grows. For the community that itself, it gets access to some of the best projects in the world, some of the most unique projects in the world that's curated by us, that we support that with all what we can. So, that's an opportunity for them, to get, early on great projects. So, that's a benefit for us, and for other projects it's an opportunity to get exposure and grow and get into the industry with the help of Zam.io and Zam.io's partners. Because to be able to do a Launchpad, it's not just going and building an interface. It's a whole mechanism. It's a list of partners that we work together, marketing, KOLs, So market makers. So it's a whole ecosystem within an ecosystem. But we started, we didn't, when we started the project, Launchpad wasn't in our top priority. But then our project adapts with changes that happen. And our community was, guys, you have a massive network, you guys did a great job on our listing. We have over 5 years of experience, being part of projects, developing projects, investing in projects, trading different tokens. So, we wanted to leverage this experience, bring quality projects to the community, expand our ecosystem, help other projects. So this way, it's kind of, you were onboarding new projects, we're expanding rapidly. So we're basically, doing 2 of the 3 things that we wanted: people, capital, and projects. So, new people come in because they see an opportunity, new projects come in, and add value. So, it serves the mission. So, it was a 2-month kind of we organized it, built it, analyzed, basically every launchpad in existence, focused on the top 30 launchpads just to understand the best mechanisms. And, we took the best of the best mechanisms that exist and just put them into one launchpad. So everyone gets guaranteed allocation. There's certain features, if you stake there's 8 tiers. So if you stake certain amounts of Zam, you get access to higher tiers, it gives you higher allocation. And if you have our Trillion Hairs NFT, you get access to multipliers and access to private and public rounds of projects. I'd like to talk a little bit about our NFT project because it's very exciting.
Please, you're welcome. Yeah.
So we know that NFT is kind of the big hype, but we also wanted to do an NFT that brings value, that has an actual utility. So basically we developed an algorithm-based NFT collection. It's 8,888 unique NFTs. So 8,800 and 70 NFTs are algorithm generated, and the rarity depends on how much Zam you have staked in our staking platform. And there's 18 NFTs that are gonna go for auction. So the price of each NFT is gonna be 0.18 Ethereum. They're gonna be available in about 10 days from now, so end of January. So what utility does this NFT have? Well, basically they give you VIP access to our DAO governance. So if you want to participate in our DAO governance, you have to hold NFTs. If you want to get bigger allocations, you have to hold NFTs. And you get access to private seed rounds, but at the same time, in the near future, you're going to be able to play with these NFTs in a game. So that's another thing. So we built all the partnerships required to do so. Obviously our vision for the future also envisions metaverse. So these are going to be the first elements of that future vision with metaverse. And if the story behind NFTs, they're called Trillion Hairs. So trillionaire heirs, the sons of trillionaires that within the next 50-60 years that we're gonna see, basically crypto trillionaires and visionary trillionaires, and their sons are basically these 8,888 NFTs. So these are the Zammers. So it's kind of like a story where these heirs are the Zam holders, and they're running the Zam ecosystem, and that's how each NFT holder is basically our hardcore fan that that will have a say in basically decisions that we take in Zam.io via the DAO platform.
Oh, great. How would you describe your project in exactly 3 words? And
in 3 words?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 2 tries because I have 2 things in mind. Next generation financial ecosystem, and I would also call it a global universal ecosystem. So it's an ecosystem that yes, it's financial, but it's also expanding, into different directions.
Yeah,
We're here to
absolutely.
build solutions.
Yeah.
We're here to build out, to bring our creativity, our expertise, our talent, the talent of 51 team members, and bring them, and just to bring the best products and tools in the market, and showcase them to the world, let the world use them, onboard, on help the 97% of the world population that are still not in crypto, not on blockchain, to get them on blockchain. Just to go over a few lists of products that we have already completed and products that we are working on. So what we have completed already, our Zam Wallet. So the first iteration of Zam Wallet is out. CeFi&DeFi in one wallet. You can get it in App Store, Google Play. We have our staking platform, ZMeta board are out. NFT collection by the end of January, first week of February, our launchpad. Investment portfolios are going to be hopefully by the end of the quarter. So we have been testing them for quite a while. So, as soon as they're ready for the public, we're going to, we're targeting end of Q1 of 2022. What's Zed Morgan? Zed Morgan is also a big question. So Zed Morgan has been already designed. We already have multiple partners in place. Now we're tackling with the regulatory solutions, just so that we're 100% compliant company, and being 100% compliant, working with products. A product like Zed Morgan requires you just to check all the boxes, all the regulatory boxes. What's also in the works for this year? So we have ZamX, our Zam exchange. Really interesting concept that we had in mind. So when we started working on ZamX last year, it was an idea for a centralized exchange, and just do what everyone's doing, and then this is boring. Let's take it up to the next level. So we want to do a decentralized exchange with all the features of a centralized exchange. So this is kind of our vision for ZamX. And one very interesting thing is our Zam Agile chain. So that's our idea for the blockchain. Also, it has been in the works since last year. More or less, it was an experiment. Can we build a better blockchain? So the approach for a lot of projects is either build a blockchain and then build an ecosystem around it. But we found this is difficult, expensive, not very efficient. Why? Because building a blockchain is not something that. First of all, why do you need a new blockchain? If it's not better, faster, more efficient, more usable, then why do you need it? So that's why we're experimenting since last year. But we have an idea how to build a much better blockchain. But first, let's build the ecosystem. Let's build the use cases, the usability, and then we consolidate all these products, and then combine them on a blockchain. So that's kind of our approach for Zam Agile. I don't want to give out specifications just yet, because the industry evolves all the time, and we already work with multiple partners just to help us to get this, to get a product that can make history, can change the game. Right now we're focusing on the different components, adoption, increasing visibility of our project, getting more people on board, but when the time is right, hopefully by this year we go on testnet. But then I don't wanna give any promises. What else that's also, we have digital cards. So there's always a question, if you have crypto, can you use it to make day-to-day purchases? We want to give that option to our people with our own on-ramp, off-ramp solution, digital cards, the whole story. I didn't mention Babylon Academy. Also, that's a product that we already released. Babylon Academy is our information portal for everything blockchain and crypto. So if you had questions, what's the difference between, if you're a newbie, what's the difference between Bitcoin and crypto?
Exactly.
You get an answer to that. But if you have a much deeper question, let's say, about yields and you know, and 51% attacks and all of that. So you can also get that information. So, you know, it's a portal, an information portal, so that people learn about the industry, learn about how to use our products, learn to use how to use other products, basically on board using education. So the first iteration is, you know, a full-scale website. The next iteration that we have in mind is to develop a gamified platform where people, you know, something similar to Duolingo, where people can easily, you know, start from the first course and end up, you know, being serious traders or, you know, even developers. So, you know, that's basically, so, you know, basically give them, you know, when we say the ecosystem should cover everything from, you know, the first step that people know, and ecosystem on blockchain, what is that? So, you know, they need to be ready to, you know, to understand, you know, from the very first level all the way to the end, right? And this way, if we help with education, also we'll have our contribution to the industry itself. I didn't give enough time for investment portfolios because that's also a very high product. I'm looking forward to that product. Basically today there's always a question that, you know, my friends ask me that are just coming into crypto: what's in my portfolio? What should I buy? What token is good?
When would, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So with investment portfolio, we call it intelligent investment portfolios. So these are ready-made portfolios. So basically big funds, you know, fund managers, seasoned traders can come in, create a portfolio, right? So, you know, allocation, let's say 30% Bitcoin, you know, 20% Ethereum, you know, so on, right? Can basically create these portfolios. So a newcomer, all what he needs to go, just check out the historical performance data of that portfolio, check out the guy behind it, right? See all of his history, understand the risks associated with this portfolio, how many investors invested in, and just making that decision. You know, all these decisions, you know, how much to change the allocation of, let's say, Bitcoin is done by the seasoned trader, and the trader earns 15% of the profits. So that, you know, the trader or the fund, it's their incentive, it's their benefit to create a very successful portfolio because they can earn. The investor, in this case, the one who buys the portfolio, basically gets 80% of the profits. So it's a small kind of tax on, well, I mean, you know, imagine going in, doing the mistakes of a lot of newcomers, where you buy very high, that, you know, you start panicking, sell very low. So, you know, this way we can, you know, kind of ease this entry point for people by portfolios. Basically, you have a competent person that's managing that portfolio en masse. So, you know, bringing a solution that's usually for high value, you know, individuals, high net worth individuals, and bringing it to the masses, making it a retail product. So, you know, access to certain portfolios, you need to stake Zam. So these are, you know, from the top funds in the world, you know, that have insane returns, you know. So we bring them these funds, you know, that have insane returns. Usually these returns go to these individual institutional investors, you know, give it to the masses, and, you know, giving access to everyone.
Yeah, great. So we have a couple minutes left, and so let's summarize what we've got. You are building a very widespread ecosystem and trying to connect really very different spheres of cryptocurrency. I don't know, NFTs, stock market, crypto assets, and etc. Wallets, and so on and so on. It's really great, and it's really cool. And I wish you to release all the plans and to implement all your ideas in a life, and to build one of the wonderful ecosystem all over the world, and to be I don't know, to compete with the huge crypto whales like I don't know, Binance and etc. Because I've met your project in the last autumn for the first time, and I pointed that you're trying to connect two huge spheres of human activities: stock market and the crypto market, and it's a kind of a trend nowadays that and the project like that have a I don't know, a huge future, and probably it will have a great success in near 1, 2, or 3 years. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Appreciate the kind words. Just I wanted to add, like, you said 3 words. I'll give you 4 words. Basically, when a person that I randomly meet asks me, what do you do? Basically, we build blockchain infrastructure.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. Products, that will basically be the future. You mentioned 1 to 3 years. Yes, that's medium, long term. I think I'm much more optimistic, and I know how hard the team works. We move very fast, so expect a very beautiful 2022 for Zam.io, and we're gonna have this talk probably at the later stage of the year. We'll remind each other.
Yeah, that's great. So, Dmitry, would you like something to add? And
that's you have already told everything. Yes, a really rich ecosystem with everything put into mind, like NFTs, metaverses, like all the hype that is building right now.
Yeah,
it's only well thought and experienced team as well. Yes.
Yeah.
I really
thanks a lot.
So thank you very much, guys. Let's finish, and I wish you a very good day today, and see you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.